I know I'm between you and dinner, so I won't make it very long. I'll cut straight to the chase.
You can bring the dinner. How is it, yeah?
It's excellent. I've been sampling some of the appetizers. So, one is that I'm very happy that we have an event like this, and Sridhar, thanks for taking the initiative. And I'm also very proud that my seniors are sitting in front of me, and proud of your accomplishments too. So I was actually very drawn into that initial conversation about selling, or what would it take to sell a new solution to you. And I'm recently I've been reading up on solution selling, and one thing that I would like to hear from you. A quick story, what worked, give us an example of what worked and what did not. So if we can, if anyone wants to go first, I'll hand the mic straight over to you.
I'll actually, let me take this one. I started talking about this but didn't elaborate a little bit, but there is another NITian who is in our company 5-6 years ago, before I even started there. He was left on a wide lease, go out and find a technology or a solution to cut down the latency, because it was, so the person had a lot of backgrounding, so he went to the low level of the program or programming language, figured out where the issues were related to time spent when a data is transferred from one server to another server. So what he had done, he looked around, there was no solution available, but he posted the problem. He and I'm proud to say he's another NITian named Thakker, he's not here, but he posted the problem. He said, theoretically I'm thinking if any company could do this, it'll cut down. I haven't found anything. So it was left, and then 6-7 months later, 2 guys saw his question, and a question person contacted him and said, what exactly are you trying to solve, and where are you with that? They said, the problem is still there. We haven't solved. We have solved it in a different way, but the problem is still there. This is exactly what I'm going. So, in other words, he gave the idea, he gave the requirements, and those 2 guys, they left and they started a company. It's called 29 Miles West. And when they started the company, they came to us and they said, we are trying to solve this problem for you. So there were other players in the market using multicast routing, how to transmit data faster, TIPCO and a few other players. But they came to ICE and they talked to this guy, they understood the problem, and then now, before they realized this is a company out there selling the solution. So that's where work, and the things where which don't work are many actually. Everybody can give you an example. You go to a big shop like Oracle and say, we need a solution, you have solutions for everything, data warehouse, we need a specific problem. The general thing you see is they throw out everything they have at you. Before you realize there'll be 10 people coming in and throwing all the solutions at you, you will be totally lost. So that's just an example I wanted to elaborate on that.
Thank you. No, that helps.
So last question from Anjan.
My question is about the role of social media in businesses, and I think you mentioned something like how big role social media is playing by continuing with businesses. So I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm looking at building some products. If I have to look into the social media space, what kind of products do you think will be in demand for the businesses in the next 2 years? Can you shed some light on that?
I think one big growth area would be to be able to go to the social media and collect a lot of feedback that you can get on a corporation, repackage that feedback in a succinct way so that it's not pages and pages, and it's generally social media, when you go to look at what people are saying, they are spattering all over the place. Now somebody has to really take that thing, digest it, put it in some statistical way, and relay it back to Coca-Cola or whichever the corporation you are trying to deal with, and say, would you like a digest of what people are saying about you in this format? That would be one of the areas that I can see.
Isn't that Facebook's business model? Isn't that how they make money?
I would think so, yeah. But still, in a much more business-like fashion. Now, case in point is in the Delta Airlines, I was told that a couple of people are doing nothing but monitoring what other people are saying, and there are jobs out there. But that could be a solution that some outside company can provide in a much better way, because by pulling 3 or 4 people together, digesting all that information in a certain way so that it's statistical, actual, factual, all that, and relaying back would be a good service right there. Second one would be the trend monitoring, and I've been hearing about some of the companies are saying, okay, go into Atlanta market and tell me what would be a good thing that would sell. So all these corporations like Colgate and all these people, Procter & Gamble, they're interested in what is the next thing people would like to buy and where can they start. And one could look at social media, get again the same information, translate it and relate back. I think those are 2 good great areas for social media.
So I would like to thank all the panel members for giving excellent inputs on today's topic. Please give a big applause to all of the panel members. Now, Rath will give a brief talk on the future activities of NIT in Atlanta region.
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank Sridhar for stopping by in Atlanta. On his trip to Miami, and of course, I would like to thank all the panel members, Praveen, Sachi, Madhusudan, and Mr. Thakker, for giving their valuable inputs. And I would also like to thank Mahesh and Binu for spending their time in the front desk, like registering people. And I would like to thank all of you for coming over. Like we're expecting like 30 plus, and we came up like 50 plus. So that's a great number to start with, and thanks to all of you. Okay, now next question is that, like, when should we do the next NIT meet? Like, should we do sometimes in May 2nd week? Is that?
Do we have a group photo?
Yeah, we should have. We need a bigger space for that, but we should have.
Remember all the faces because we are 20
Okay.
years, 30 years.
Now coming back to the meet, like if we decide May 2nd or 3rd week, now that we are 50 plus, what is the number that we should look for now? 100.